shadows come and stay, I will stand and pray. For the light will find me, guide me on my way. Hope for today, love leads the way. In Him I trust, through the gray. Hope for today, grace lights the way. With every step I will say, mountains may be.
Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boating with Tomorrow's Provost Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy.
And I'm Denise. And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Uh-oh, I promise we're here, Toy. Toy, can you hear me? Toy, hold on, Toy, over. Oh, wait, Toy, I got you on the wrong mic. Toy, over. Oh, hold on, Toy. Keep talking.
I'm here.
Keep going.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, caller. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, caller? Caller 9, you feeling fine? Why is it always got to be caller 9? Why can't it just be like caller 2?
Because it doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, you're
Caller
right.
9 rhymes.
You're right. Man, we already got the flow going this morning here on Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome in. I promise we have video. I'm doing this on purpose today. I am using a whole new system developed by Steve Jobs that everyone raves about that is so great. And I don't know if I'm not really a fan, to be honest. I'm thankful. I'm positive. I'm forcing myself to use an Apple product. And so far, it has been no bueno.
Yeah, you've been struggling.
But you have an iPhone, right?
I do.
Do you call it an iPhone?
I don't.
An iPhone? It's my iPhone. My iPhone's working. I forget where I get there was some dumb movie that I watched one time with oh man, what was that movie? It was this guy that was getting married, but he didn't have a best man. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think the movie is like something like Best Man. I think that's the name of the movie. But he didn't have a best man, and he meets this guy named Sidney in the movie. And this guy's trying to be funny and fit in. That's why he doesn't have a best man, just because he's kind of awkward. And his fiance was like, come on, you got to find a friend. And so he meets this guy named Sydney at some open house thing, and he's trying to like he's trying to make a friend, but he's so awkward that he's like, instead of saying iPhone, he's like, just text me on my iPhone, and it's just really awkward, and it's making the show awkward now that I'm talking about it.
I was supposed to say, when are you going to stop?
Yeah, very sorry. Hey, we want to welcome you in this morning as we get rolling here on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Let us know that we're out there, that you're out there too. We are using a new little iMac here this morning, and I've never used it before, and that was... I don't want to give an excuse. You know, it's not fair for me to give an excuse. The reasoning is I didn't get up here early enough to test everything. And in the production world, you don't go live with something before you test it. And guess what I did? I went live without really fully testing it.
And it did not work, saying.
Did not work at first, but we've got a lot of folks engaging with us. Kyle Kreiner is saying that I'm out there. So thank you, Kyle. We are out there. We are live this morning. As we're kicking off another wonderful week here in Huntsville, Texas, we want you to engage with us. Let us know that you're out there today. We got a great show lined up. We'll talk more about what we're going to be doing here today in just a few moments. Episode 346 as we go live this morning. 346. Toy, I was joking last week. I think it was either on Thursday with Jason Bay or it was Friday with Billy, but I said, you know, we are just about 20 more episodes away to where I can just put this thing on autopilot for a year, just go back and run 365 reruns.
And nobody would ever probably know.
Take a year off. The only thing that they would notice, the only thing that they would notice, let me fix this real quick. That's nothing you're doing. Man, it's just like technical goodness. I got a cable over here making noises. The only thing that people would notice is when we do our that's not working. Hold on, Toy. I'm going to get this fixed in a little bit. The only thing that people wouldn't notice was when we do the text in line. They'd be like, "Why is he saying that it's like Christmas and it's not even anywhere near Christmas?"
All your events would be off cue.
Yeah, people would be showing up to stuff downtown, wondering what's going on. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep rolling on. So, but we do want to welcome you in as we get started this morning. Big shout out to our friend Elliot Herzig of Elliot's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. Appreciate all of his support. We are gearing up for a great event, many great events happening here throughout the community. One of those is we have put together a fundraiser for Care Center Huntsville. They're about to have their annual Celebration of Life banquet, and we've put together a fundraiser. We have a diamond pendant and some matching diamond earrings for a suggested donation of only $100, and all that proceeds will go to Care Center Huntsville. We have 16, I believe, as of this morning left that we can offer. And so we're trying to raise about $2,000 or more for Care Center of Huntsville. But if you feel led this morning to help out, the pendants are beautiful. And during a commercial break, I'll actually go run and grab some so folks can take a look at them. But we have been able to give out 4 of those now. So we've got 16 of them left. We started with 20. And again, a suggested donation of just $100 or more, and all those funds will go directly to our friends at Care Center of Huntsville, helping with the services that they provide. Muster Festival is this weekend. Did you have a chance to go? Man, we were out of town in San Antonio. Did not get to go, Toy.
I did not leave my house except for to go pick my groceries up and come back home. I was so lazy this weekend.
Now, when you say pick your groceries up, do you do the thing where you just go in the car and they bring them to you, or did you actually go and pick them out?
No, I ordered my groceries and they brought them to my car.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Curbside works very well. Bridget has gotten in the habit of not just doing the curbside, but I'm talking the door front side where they show up and drop it off at the door. And that's a little bit, to me, that's like a little bit too much, you know. There still needs to be, nothing on my beautiful bride, but there needs to be some sort of travel from the house to the grocery store, at least.
I was just happy not to have to get dressed, put hair and makeup in place, and I'm good going there and popping the trunk and letting them toss it in.
See, when I order pizza, sometimes I have to apologize for the way that I look. You know, my hair may be all jacked up. I'm wearing the other day, man, I had my T-shirt. I didn't even realize the whole armpit was tore out. And I'm walking around town with this, and I was like, why does it feel weird? And I'm driving, and I was like, oh, because there's this massive hole under my arm that's like this. And I've been walking around all day, didn't even realize it.
Had your own personal air conditioner?
Yeah, I was like, man, did not realize that was happening. But yeah, there's been a few times when the pizza guy comes that I had to apologize. Say, man, I'm sorry. We got Samantha. No, she's here with us today. You got children, so things are happening. And sometimes at the end of the day, you're just like, everything is all right because my kids are having fun. And so I don't care if maybe I got a holy T-shirt on today. And, I told Bridget the other day, we were joking around. I'm trying to see the positive in a lot of, we've been through a lot here over the past, really the last year and a half, but over the last few months. And when that hurricane came through, a tree fell on our house, literally put a hole in one of the bedrooms. The branch part of it came through. But I was joking around. I said, well, thank goodness I've been praying for a holy house. And I guess we finally have a holy house here now. And by the way, I hate to say this, but have you been keeping up with the tropics?
My husband told me last night that we are probably going to get hit with some rain this week sometime.
It looks like they say, I don't know who thought of this. Some meteorologist one day decided that there was a dirty side to the hurricanes. And so they said, if you're on the east side of the hurricane or the tropical storm, that's the dirty side, because the way that thing spins, it just constantly pulls rain and storms over.
On the dirty side?
It looks like we may be on the other side.
Okay, good.
On the left side. There's all these forecast models that you can see out there, and all the major forecast models have that storm turning into a hurricane on Wednesday, but making landfall right at the Louisiana-Texas coast. So what's the city that's right there on the border? Like Louisiana, is that like Bay? I'm really bad with geography.
I have no idea. I know how to drive straight, turn right and left.
All right, hold on. Let's
Somebody will tell you.
Let me see this toy, by the way. Let me crank you up. Billy just sent me a text. He's my producer remotely. He said that I didn't have you turned up enough, toy, so my bad.
Oh. I may have been whispering so nobody can hear me.
And I'm gonna fix the cable during our first break. Let me look here real quick. My geography is so bad. I'm sitting here. Yeah, so here we go. We're looking at the Texas, Louisiana, like right there at the point, like Port Arthur, Beaumont, Orange, that area.
Gotcha.
So that's where we're looking. Port Arthur is what I was looking at, because I think if you're looking at Port Arthur and then there's the Sabine Lake, I think right across is Louisiana. So that is where the expected landfall as of now is going to be made. So that puts us on the clean side of the storm. But if that thing just veers a little bit to the left, we could be in barrel mode again, man. And I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I see houses still tarped up in Elkins that haven't had roof repair yet. So then I've seen some houses doing some, new construction to keep from flooding the next time. There's been all kinds of stuff going on out there.
Yeah, we have a beautiful blue roof on our house.
Yep.
And I told Bridget it's probably going to be that way for maybe half a year, so we'll have to get with the program eventually. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Insurance company was generous to us, but I'm going to be positive and say they were generous to us, but the deductible's not generous.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like a 1%, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a lot worse than when I had my house in Georgetown back in the day. I don't know who started this 1% business, because I remember back in the day I had a $500 deductible on my house in Georgetown, and I only paid like $1,200 a year for home insurance. Well, long story short is something kind of messed up. This is some encouragement this morning on the show. Don't depend on your escrow to always be taken care of. I learned that the hard way, because when you first get a home, they can sell the mortgage, and that's perfectly legal. The company that has your mortgage can decide we're going to sell it to somebody else. Now, they have to still adhere to the same terms.
Right.
So my mortgage got sold from Rocket Mortgage to some company I never heard of called Carrington Mortgage. And I'd like to say that they care, but, man, I'm going to tell you, I didn't realize all this. So when that happened, I had Geico homeowners insurance. Wasn't bad. I think it was like $1,700, almost $2,000 a year. Still not bad. But long story short is somehow the paperwork in between them selling to this other company got lost with the insurance company, and all of a sudden I get a check from Geico for almost $400. And I know that that's not right, because if you get a check from the insurance company, that means your policy got canceled or something happened. And so I get on the phone with Geico, and I'm like, hey, why did I get this check? Oh, well, your premium didn't get fully paid, and so we sent it back to your mortgage company. I said, okay, we'll just reinstate it. They said, well, we can't because it's been over 60 days, and we're not going to reinstate it. And I said, okay, well, just sign me up for a new policy. And they said, well, it's against our policy to create a new policy if your other one didn't get paid. And so I'm trying to find a insurance company, and it turns out that if that happens, it's very hard to get insurance again. And so I finally found some Travelers Insurance finally did it. But you know what? It went from like $1,700 to almost $4,000. So our mortgage payment went up several $100s a month almost.
Insurance companies frustrate me.
And on top of that, $5,900 deductible for wind damage. And so even though you get money to fix the roof, you take out the deductible, and all of a sudden you're like, that roof ain't getting fixed for a hot minute.
My daughter experienced some not so pleasant claim, lack of service, if you will, after.
Yeah.
We're not real happy with. Sorry, I'll be still.
No, it's fine. I'm going to fix that cable in a minute. So.
Yeah, the insurance companies are doing their own thing.
Now the insurance people,
mind you,
they're good people. Some of them.
Oh, I'm not disputing that. I know several good people, but premiums have gone up on top of that. So.
Isn't it fun? Let's just all smile on this marvelous Monday.
I'm so excited to pay more for my insurance and get less benefits.
Just kind of sit here and sway in the wind. All right, a couple of other things. Toy here with us. I know we got started talking about Elliott Toys here on this magnificent, marvelous, non-mundane. We always joke around with Karen, say non-mimosa Monday with our friends from Walker County Federal Credit Union. I'm so thankful to know you guys. And I wanted to say this to you, Toy, too. Thank you guys so much for being our season presenting sponsor for New Waverly football.
Yes.
It has been exciting. We've had a lot of interaction, a lot of folks. I wasn't able to call that game on Friday, but had my analyst Ed Watto and a guy named Matt Register call that game. They did a phenomenal job. And you guys are a huge part of that. Y'all's sponsorship actually goes to pay for a little over half of our production staff. So
awesome.
There's a lot of cost that's involved in that. And I've got a guy that drives all the way in from the Georgetown area to come help us. Another young man that's been with me for years when I was doing Huntsville, he drives in from Houston now because he lives there. And so we want to make sure that we take care of those guys and, of course, pay them and take care of their travel costs as well. And so there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes of any type of production, and Walker County Federal has been so instrumental in what we're doing this year in order to bring that coverage to the fans of New Waverly. And so not the start they want. They're 0-2 right now, but the good news is you can only go up from there. So and they've been playing some tough opponents. It's not like some cake in a walk, you know.
So have you gotten any feedback from New Waverly, the community itself, as far as are they able to utilize the broadcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the whole thing.
For like out of town games and things like that specifically?
A lot of it, what's cool about it is it's families that can't attend in person, or it's folks that just can't travel because of work or something like that. So there's a lot of parents that engage, even from the local community. It's not just people from outside the community. But yeah, those games, almost 1,000 views each for that community is not bad at all.
No,
and
not
so,
at all.
so
I know that I
like
listen to Huntsville if we're out and about and not able to go to the game or, watch it or whatever. We like to be able to listen.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention that too, that Walker County Federal, I always highlight you guys, but not only, active in what we're doing at New Waverly, y'all are so active here in Huntsville, part of those broadcasts too that they do, and they do a phenomenal job, and you guys are all over that. You're involved in the community. Toy, every time I look around and I see an event going on, I see the WCFCU logo, Walker County Federal Credit Union logo, somewhere attached to that.
That's what credit unions are for, is to give back to the community, take care of the people that take care of us. So
awesome. Well, I want to encourage you, if you don't have an account over there, go do it. I have our nonprofit account. Bridget and I decided this cool thing that we were going to create a joint account.
That's what married people do sometimes.
Well, let me just say it wasn't Bridget's idea; it was my idea, because I was like,
Bridget, he wants your money.
Yeah, no, especially now, like we need to get our finances really in line and make sure that everything's okay. And I'm sitting there like, sweetheart, I think it's a good idea that we get a joint account. Y'all made that process so easy too, just setting up the accounts. But I think it was like a $25 deposit or something to get started. You know how much is in that account now? $25. So we still haven't made the decision if we want to pool our money together. Sometimes maybe it's better to keep it a little separate. So, what's your advice on that toy?
Get $100 in there so you could at least earn a penny or two on dividend.
Yeah, there you go. So a little security blanket there of $25 waiting for us if something comes up. But we have it, and you guys graciously did it. So one day maybe we will. Maybe one day my idea will come to fruition. But right now it's just gonna kind of hang out where it is.
All right.
So we're earning a couple of cents each year, I think, on that account.
Each year.
But anyways, they'll take care of you. I mentioned that, all joking aside, the folks at Walker County Federal do such a good job. I have to tell you about Ruthie. It was funny. I came in a while back and I said, Ruthie, when are you coming on the show? And she says, y'all just keep bugging me about this show. She said, I'm not coming on the show. she was laughing and
so
joking.
much fun on the show. She is such a hoot.
I told her, I said, eventually, Ruthie, you're coming. Whether you know it or not, it may be like we're going to pretend that it's like this major surprise, and then you're just going to bring her in here, and we're just going to put a headset on her, and here we go. We'll be ready to go.
She would be fun, and I'm sure people would want to interact with her too. So she's amazing.
Well, visit our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union on Normal Park. They will take care of you. Hey, let us know that you're out there today. A lot of folks already engaging with us, and we'll get to those towards the end of the show. A special guest that we have not heard from in a very long time commented in, by the way, so we're going to give her some recognition a little bit later, too. Great show lined up today. Our friend Samantha Havard here with us in studio, a first-time guest, and I don't even have our special guest horn.
Just make one up with your noises.
No, it would not sound good. So Samantha's got some exciting information to share with us and some things that she's been doing and a really fun event that's coming up here pretty soon. So we're going to talk to Samantha here on the other side. Stay with us. We got a lot going on today. No keyword yet this week. We are waiting on a couple of things to come in. So how about this? How about you just say hello and let us know that you're out there today, and we would love to hear from you. We'll step aside and take a break. Before we do, as always, our show's here on these Mondays brought to you by our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. They will take care of your financial needs. They are your financial experts here in Huntsville. And if there's something they can't do, I guarantee they're going to point you in the right direction, or at least offer some information on who can help you. But more than likely, they can take care of you, whether it's your personal or your business needs. Walker County Federal Credit Union, you are not a number, you are a friend and part of a family in the credit union family, Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll take that break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us as we continue celebrating all things good here in Huntsville. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Woke up to the sunlight, new day shining bright. In my heart there's glory, story of His might. When shadows come and stay, I will stand and pray. For the light will find me, guide me on my way. Hope for today, love leads the way.
right, friends, back at it as we continue on here. Time now is 8:10 in the a.m. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville, and thanks for joining us here today as we celebrate all things good happening here in our wonderful community. And we want to welcome you back in. And, boy, it is a cool morning outside. Samantha Havard joining us this morning. And Samantha, I always want to put like an R in there, and I know that's not it. But
Everyone
it is
does.
Samantha Havard.
Havard.
I don't think I've ever got it wrong.
No.
I get a lot of things wrong.
Most people do. When my phone rings, it's like, Miss Harvard. I'm like, never heard of her.
Never heard of her. Ain't nobody. And you should just start answering like this. Ain't nobody got time. And then just hang up on it.
I never have had a name that people or a last name that people mispronounce, and people mispronounce Havard all the time. A lot of people, like, out of Huntsville say Havard, which I kind of like that because that sounds fancy.
It sounds is what Toy and I would say. It kind of sounds bougie.
Yeah, it does sound bougie.
Havard.
But it's just Havard.
Well, we have a young lady that comes on the show from time to time from Tomorrow's Promise named Josie Stowers, and that is a very prestigious. We tell her all the time that it's a very castle-esque type name. Is that a right word, castle-esque? Does that make sense?
Royalty,
castle-esque. Royal would be better. I'm taking classes online at ORU, first time ever taking college classes ever in my life, so I'm trying to pretend like I'm smarter now.
How is that?
It's not working because I'm coming up with words like castle-esque, which doesn't even make sense. So,
okay, so there's that.
Samantha, no horn for you this morning. I apologize. We usually have our new guest horn, and we do not have it yet. It is still residing at our old studio, so I sincerely apologize for that.
It's okay. I'll allow it.
We'll bring it back here in a little bit.
You can have me back, and
we'll do it again. We'll do
I'll
it again
expect
some other time.
confetti and the horn next time.
I don't know if Toy and I have that in the budget. You know, this is I mean, even though I'm here, it's really Walker County Federal show on Monday, and look, just like I told you, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just kidding.
Actually, true.
Just
Never
kidding.
mind the confetti.
Yeah, we'll just have the horn. Well, Samantha, it's so good to have you on this morning. First and foremost, just like Toy and I was talking about how Walker County Federal so involved. I mean, you personally are involved with a lot that's going on here in Huntsville. Give us just a little bit of, I guess, kind of your journey. You born and raised here in Huntsville and those kind of things. Let us know a little bit about Samantha as we get started this morning.
I am from Huntsville. As I always say when people are like, oh, you're from Huntsville? I'm like, I'm from Huntsville. Like, I've never lived anywhere besides Huntsville. And when I was younger, I didn't love that. I always was like, I'm on the next train out of this place. And then I just kept staying.
The next Greyhound bus out.
Right, the next Greyhound bus out of this place. But I actually never ended up leaving. So went to Alpha Omega, K through 12th. Then got a bachelor's degree in fashion merchandising from Sam Houston State University.
Awesome.
And then I married my husband and had a business here for a while and just have enjoyed being here. And now we're raising our daughter here. And I do not see us ever leaving. So I love it here. The things that I used to not love about Huntsville, I have grown to love a lot. I love the change that has kind of come in growth to Huntsville, but I love that it still feels like a small town. I actually just flew back in from Orlando, Florida yesterday, and I was visiting with people from all over, and we were talking about small towns, and this girl was telling me, like, yeah, I live in such a small town. We only have one mall. And I was like, oh, well, we have no malls. I mean, I guess we do.
We had a former mall.
Yeah, we have a mall that's office buildings. But anyways, it's funny what people consider a small town.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the perfect small town, to be honest.
That's the way it was, in Georgetown. And it's so funny because folks will move to my former hometown and they'll say, oh, this town is so small. I was like, man, I remember when Georgetown was like 4,000 people. Now it's 100,000. To me, that's a large city. And there's every corner there's something there now. But you're so right in saying, as you get, you're right by saying, you see all the things now that maybe you didn't see when you were younger. And I think there's something that happens as we get older. It's not that we didn't appreciate it growing up. We just had so much else going on in our minds that we were thinking about our futures and where we want to be that sometimes we unintentionally take those things for granted. And now you come back, just like when Bridget and I left and went to Fargo, we enjoyed our time there and loved the people there and the opportunity there. But we just missed being close to family and, of course, blood family, but then you got your family and your community, and Huntsville became a family to us, and we missed it. We missed the people and we missed how good this community is. And now, you know, as a mom now and married, you see all the good things that Huntsville has.
Yes, I love it. And my husband is from Diboll, which is actually a small town. Like, I could never live there. They have one gas station. But he loves, like, the size of Huntsville. And I convinced him to stay, obviously. But I have to tell you this because you'll appreciate this. When I was, I don't know if it was high school or college, somewhere in that age range, I was like, you know, getting out of Huntsville as soon as I could. And somebody was like, well, what would make you stay? And I was like, if we got a Hobby Lobby, a Target, and a Chick-fil-A. And that we have all of them. So I had to stay.
All right. There's your story. That's it with Samantha. Thank you for being on today. No.
Yeah, nope. So
I've always said
excited.
I've always said a town is not a town unless they have a Dairy Queen and a Pizza Hut.
Oh,
we got 2 Pizza Huts.
I was going to say, aren't there more than one Pizza Hut?
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, we were talking about groceries earlier. Toy was talking about picking up. How did Toy word it? She said they brought the groceries to me. I forgot how she worded it, but she got.
Pop the hood.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, grocery pickup. That's what you said. I had to go pick up the groceries, not shop for them, just pick them up. Well, do you realize in this community how many grocery stores we have?
We have a plethora of grocery stores, but have you noticed they're all on kind of one side of town?
That's right. Yeah, I guess before my time here, the HEB was on this side of town. I went. You know what's the coolest thing? If you're bored today, go to Google Maps Street View. And go back because now they capture not only the most recent, but you can go back in time. And I took a virtual tour through Huntsville, and I was like, man, we had Golden Corral. I didn't know that's where Seven Legos was. That was Golden Corral. Man, people told me about the Hastings. I found it. That whole area driving down Sam Houston looks so different, 10, 15 years ago. So just really, really weird to see that. Samantha, as you growing up here, I mean, what has been some of the exciting changes that you've seen? And then we'll talk a little bit here about a important event coming up, but some of the exciting changes that you've seen.
Man, they're all exciting. I am someone that, like, at surface level, I'm always like, I hate change. And by I hate change, I mean, like, I'm going to go to rodeo and order the same food every time I go. But when it comes to growth, I really love growth. And so I have loved to see even I know there are people that don't care much for big brand businesses, but I think that's part of what has made Huntsville.
They provide economic benefit.
Yeah, we have a good balance. Like, I love to eat at big chain restaurants just as much as I love to eat at small not chain restaurants or family-owned restaurants. That's the word I was looking for. So I don't know what my most exciting change is. I really just like all the growth. Like, I love driving through Huntsville and I don't know, just kind of noticing all the things as you drive. Like, I come by like Walgreens a lot and then come through the square, and the square is like just starting to be so pretty, but staying old, which is cool. I love Adler's. That's one of my favorite
I love their family.
But I guess, I don't know, the growth. I just feel like that's the word that I always think of with Huntsville is the growth. I like seeing college kids staying in town more. When I went to college here, everybody jetted on the weekends. And I was like, where are you going? How are we ever going to be friends if you're leaving on the weekends? So I am loving that people are tending to stay more. And there's more to do in Huntsville.
Well, you spoke about downtown, and there's a lot of development, a lot of really cool things happening. Vance Howard did such a wonderful job with Cafe Texan, and there's just a lot of, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way to anybody who's been downtown before that had a business, but there's been so much just wonderful revitalization. Am I saying that right? Revitalization. Is that the right word?
I don't know if that's a word, but I know what you mean.
Revitalize? Yeah, it just sounds weird. Revitalization.
Sounds like a medical term.
Yeah, I had to go into the TexMed urgent care for a revitalization procedure. No, but there's a lot of just new things that are happening, and you're right. I love how Cactus Jack came through, and they redid some of the landscaping around downtown, and it's really cool because it's kind of low maintenance landscaping, and that's a good thing because you're not having to go out there all the time and do stuff, but part of that, right around the corner from us, there was an old building back there that got revitalized. And I think you're kind of in part of this. So can you let us know about what this is and and what's going on over there. And let us know where it's at, what it is, what it's called. I'll let you take it from here.
Okay, so it is a word?
Okay, perfect. Got the word right. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm college educated now, okay? Online.
You can clip to your professor and let him know you're good. So I have always had an interest in our square. I just love it. I initially grew one of my first businesses at Fair on the Square, so I just really love the square.
Wait, what was the first business?
Barbed Wire Barbie.
Oh, okay. Wait, what is it?
A barbed wire Barbie.
Oh, I thought you said Barbie, like Barbie, like that song, Bay Bay Bay. I thought it was like Barbie. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, so I just love our square. My parents also they're not from Huntsville, but like in my eyes, they're from Huntsville because as long as I've known them, well, that would only make sense. As long as I've known them, they've lived here. Okay, so as long as I've known them, they have been here. So they came to Sam and met here and stayed here and all the things. So they used to go to this place called Guarantee Wholesome, which I have never been to. I don't believe anyone in this room would have ever been to it, but it was kind of like the hangout spot. It's my understanding they had live music, dance floor, and really cold drinks. So they that changed into something else. I don't know what it changed into, but it's right next to the Old Town Theater, and it's now called the Vintage, and it is over 100-year-old building that I fell in love with. So my parents had an interest in it for kind of what they remembered it for, but we were actually starting to do some campaign things and looking for places to host it, and we couldn't find anywhere. And so we were like, hey, before we rent this building to somebody, let's like have it here. And so we did, and it was really warm inside from like a color palette standpoint, which is not super trendy. But I was like, hey, let's paint this one wall. Have you been inside of it?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So it's got 2 painted walls, and then the rest is really old brick, which I am obsessed with. And so we decided to paint, and then the paint turned into laying marble epoxy floor, and then that turned into ripping out the stairs and making it wheelchair friendly to get to the back, and then that turned into ripping down a wall. And so then at that point we were invested, and I was like, well, I guess this business is mine now. And so it's now the Vintage.
Cool.
It's an event center or venue, whatever you'd like to call it. We're also working on hosting some of our own events there. We got to have a girls' Galentine's weekend shopping event there and bring in some local businesses. And we kind of did it in part with an event that downtown had going on. So there was a lot of people downtown, which was cool. But yeah, so it's the Vintage at downtown Huntsville. It's right next to the Old Town Theater. You kind of can't miss us unless there's a big tour bus from the Old Town Theater parked in front of it at the time. But when we don't have events going on, they're like, hey, can we park our famous people's bus in front of your building? I'm like, yeah, sure. But the other day I walked out and I was like, the Bellamy Brothers? I actually know who that is. And I really wanted to go knock on their door and be like, y'all are famous, but
just knock on by the way, you're parking in front of our building, right. So that gives me exclusive access.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I figured they would, like, maybe were napping.
Well, it's really cool, the Vintage. So, hey, if you're wanting to have an event in the community, weddings, anything, think about like a corporate event too. It is a beautiful building. I've been over there. I've seen it firsthand, right around the corner from where our old studio used to be. And it's just a beautiful part of Huntsville, right next to Old Town Theater. And again, I talk about the revitalization of downtown, the restoration of downtown. And it's so neat to see this and just all these great things happening in Huntsville. Now, one thing on this platform that folks know is, we're not a political platform. I have folks all the time that want to, that are running for office, that want to be on the show, that want to talk about why they should be the choice for whatever. And I always tell folks, once you're elected into that office, I will gladly have you on to talk about what you are doing. And your dad has been a tremendous friend of mine long before I believe he even had any aspirations of, running for mayor here in Huntsville. And I did have him on the show before, but he was talking about other things and just as a friend and talking about what's going on in this community. Well, now as the mayor, he's been involved for a while now and doing some great things. And there is a special event that is coming up soon, and I wanted to give you the opportunity this morning, Samantha, to talk about this event and how cool it's going to be for Huntsville.
Yes, I am so excited about this event. So the event, let me pull up my notes just because I don't want to mess up the day and time and all that.
Yeah,
so,
you don't want to make up words like I do.
I'm not making up words or sending people the wrong day to things. So the event is called the Mayor's Ball. And I, for one, am excited because since we've already talked about this word, it's going to be bougie. Like, it's a formal event.
Toy likes
We're dressing. I'm so excited about the event. So the idea of the Mayor's Ball, this is where I should have practiced my words a little bit better because this could come out really strong. But a lot of times people get in political office and don't do what they say they're going to do. And so when my dad started to run for office, we kind of would just visit about, what his ideas were. And I was just like, okay, I'm so excited for this, but you've got to stick to what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And he has always, through all of my life, been a man of his word, and he's continued that in the political sector. And I really appreciate that about him. But so one of the things he talked about in his campaign was just continuing to support the community, grow the community, and support the, growing hope of our community. And so we're super excited. The Mayor's Ball is going to be September 26th. It is at the Vintage. It's from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Rob has an awesome little article on his website about it that I have been sending people to when my words are not wording. But basically, the idea of this event was to use his platform and use what we built during campaign season to have an event to pull our community together and raise money for two nonprofits that are near and dear to our family's heart. And so this is kind of a funny story. CASA is, I don't want to say my favorite because that kind of sounds bad, but CASA is my favorite.
No, that's
CASA
all right.
is where I spend a good majority of my time. I'm on the board there and all of that. And so we're supporting CASA. And then my dad and I actually have gotten to do Meals on Wheels a handful of times together. And he loves the organization and so do I. But it's our Meals on Wheels story is kind of funny because you do it typically by yourself. That's the way it was designed to do. You go pick up the meals, they give you a chart. Well, my dad and I are very business minded and we're very how can we get something done fast?
So y'all created an efficiency to this.
So we created a Meals on Wheels efficiency. And when we do it, he drives, he keeps the car moving, and I just hop out and give them their meals, say hi and be on my way. Or, some of them have you put it in their lunchbox. And so it was funny when we were talking to him about what organizations we were going to pick for this event. And they said Meals on Wheels. I just laughed because I was like, I feel like we could double the Meals on Wheels reach out if we were being
what Samantha is saying is be alert. And if you're driving through an area of town and all of a sudden you see this car kind of start creeping and just rolling through, and all of a sudden this person just jumps out and darts to someone's porch and runs back.
It's fine.
It's going to be okay.
It will be okay.
It's in good service. And Stacy Law does such great work over there. She's wonderful.
Yes. And it's so cool have you ever done it?
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk in the area that you pick up the food from, some people go there and eat, which I didn't know for a while. I was like, what? One day I walked in and they were playing bingo, and I was like, why is everyone here? If we're taking people food. And so they have different programs that you can go in and eat, or you can take the food to them. And I just think that's so cool on multiple levels. But so basically we're selling tickets to the event, and then the money will be split between the different nonprofits, as well as continuing, obviously, to grow the campaign and things like that.
Awesome.
So we have links that I think you have shared.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy the ticket online. I do also want to mention, I'm hoping to come back on closer to the event and give a few more details, but we are doing, instead of sponsorships, we're doing partnerships. And so I've just reached out to some businesses that I felt would align with what we're doing. And so I do want to go ahead and share a few of those. So the Cafe Texan was on board without hesitation, and I just really appreciate everything that they're involved in. I feel like they're kind of like y'all, you just see their name everywhere. And then we have we have Lone Star Commissary as another presenting partner. And then the other partner right now that we have is Steely Lumber. And so I was kind of able to reach out to them and tell them, I was honest, like, we're not presenting some big magazine. I don't have a huge sponsorship opportunity for you, but this is what we're doing with the money. This is what we're hoping to do. And we wanted to keep the ticket also affordable. Typically an event like this, the tickets would be over $100 easily. And we were able to get them down to $50 a
really?
person. And so,
$50 for this?
Yeah. So we'll have hors d'oeuvres. We will have a cash bar that Rodeo's doing. We, of course, had to bring them in. So I'm really excited. Our Facebook page will have details continuing to come out, which is the Russell Humphrey Mayor page. I don't know, Mayor Russell Humphrey, I think. Mm-hmm. So we'll continue to put details on there. If you're a business and you're looking for a partnership opportunity or a way to get involved, we definitely will be doing that. Our invitation gives you a lot more details, which Rob has linked, I believe. You can buy the tickets online. You can reach out to myself or my mom or my dad, and we can get you tickets as well. I just had an idea. What if we give you 2 tickets that you can give out on here?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I just made that executive decision.
Yeah, we will give away
Mom
2
and
tickets.
Dad, there we go. We're going to give away 2 tickets.
$100 worth of tickets.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the event where I'm in the middle. Our original date, we had a DJ lined up, and he's still interested. But since I've had a little more time, I'm working on some live music.
Oh, cool.
To maybe have like DJ and acoustic show, I think would be really neat. So
we need a toy there to jam out.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to DJ for us?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You're signed up. Okay, great. So I am super excited. 1, to let everyone come in and see the vintage. 2, to just have an event that literally has no purpose other than community. Like, we're not really doing anything else. It's going to be just a fun night of fancy outfits, which we're excited about.
And if you if you're lacking in that department, because I'm lacking in fancy, I really am.
Oh.
I go see my boy Lee Barron, go see Sam over at Lee Barron. He'll hook you up.
Have you noticed my dad's like fashion in the last year?
Yes.
That's all Sam.
It's all Sam. And I love it. It's all local. So give him back to local right there.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So did you know they have a shoe side too?
Yes.
Like,
right.
Nice shoes. I went one day to see them, and I was like, "Hey, add these to their bill."
I
need these shoes.
You just walked. I bought Braylon these little pink Nikes. Now she's outgrown them. It's the only thing it's like, man, I don't want to buy like these cool little things because then they'll just outgrow them. But she had these cute little cool Nikes that we bought over there. These little pink Nikes from Lee Barron. Well, this event again happening September the 26th. We put the link up on our website, but go follow the Russell Humphrey for Mayor Huntsville Facebook page, and Samantha's doing an excellent job keeping everything updated there as well. This is an important event, folks, to give back to our community, to a couple of nonprofits that are doing tremendous work here in Huntsville. Samantha, anything else that you wanted to add? It's so great having you today.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. I feel like really official now.
It's semi-official. If we would have started at 7:30, it would have been super official.
Oh, I would have been late if y'all would have started at 7:30.
So next time you come, that's it, Toy. We can blame Samantha. We were waiting on her. She, even though she got here on time, by the way, she really did.
Okay,
so.
I was like, I swear it said 7:45 because I was really trying to not be late.
So we appreciate it, and more information. Follow the Russell Humphrey for Mayor Facebook page, and
I think it's something different now. Just FYI,
it's been renamed. Because he is mayor.
He's not for mayor anymore. It's like Mayor Russell Humphrey. I have to tell you this because I feel like this is fun. Do your kids watch Paw Patrol?
Yeah, but I don't like them to, but they do. Yes.
Okay, so there's do you know what Paw Patrol is? Okay.
I still have Paw Patrol stuff.
Okay, perfect.
Toy, by the way, said she still has Paw Patrol stuff. Yes.
Okay, so on Paw Patrol, it's dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of the other person is Mayor Humdinger, and he has cats. Well, our nanny told Preston that was her Grumpy, which is what she calls my dad. And so now our whole family sends like pictures of Mayor Humdinger being my dad with all of his cats. So every time I've talked about the mayor page, I just think of that. But
so rename the page then.
Right, Mayor Humdinger.
I'm sure your dad would like
know.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would really appreciate that.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, come back. You have the link, so schedule a time, Samantha, to come back on before the event and give us some final details. Again, folks, it's $50. It goes to a great cause, and it's going to be a great night of celebrating some great things here in Huntsville. So thanks for being here, Samantha. It's been a lot of fun this morning. Great to have you. Well, we'll step aside. We'll take a break as we continue to. And by the way, we'll give those away tomorrow on the show. So, we'll do a special keyword for that. In fact, what we'll do, this is such a great opportunity. What we'll do is we'll create a special keyword, and we'll put that keyword up, and we'll just let folks enter every day, and on Friday we'll give those away. Cool. So that way, if folks enter in, every day starting tomorrow, they'll have a chance to win those. Yeah, so awesome. We appreciate that very much. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. As always, our wonderful, majestic, marvelous. Can you think of any other positive M words, Samantha? We have majestic, marvelous.
I don't feel like I know a lot of M words. Motivating.
Motivating. That's a good one. See, put people on the spot. I can't do it. I'm sitting here putting myself on the spot. Magical. See, Samantha's got the words coming in. That's why we say non-mimosa Monday, by the way. Karen Dimon always hopes that someone will one day bring those in. But, yeah, majestical, magical, marvelous Monday. I like marvelous. Marvelous Monday, brought to you by our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. By the way, we wouldn't be able to have folks like Samantha talking about these great organizations and great Magnificent, there you go. That one's good. Jamie sent in. We wouldn't be able to have folks like Samantha talking about these great events if it wasn't for folks like Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are our Monday Foundation sponsor. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come as we continue celebrating all things good here in Huntsville. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 $100,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover tomorrow's promise Montessori schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Woke up to the sun, I knew day shining bright. In my heart there's glory, story of His might. When shadows come and stay, I will stand and pray. For the light will find me, guide me on my way. Hope for today.
All right, friends, welcome back at it as we continue celebrating all things good here in Huntsville, Texas. Always our privilege to be with you on this marvelous, magnificent Monday. Thank you, Jamie Salas, by the way. She's over at Osprey Storage, and she had the word, Toy. She said magnificent, and there is no better word to describe our Mondays here on this show. Toy and I, every morning when Toy comes in, she goes, "Man, I'm just so happy to be here on a Monday. So glad to get up a little bit earlier, right?"
So happy to be here.
What's your normal, if you don't mind me asking, what's your normal roost time during the week?
Actually, now that school has started back, I have this has been my normal. So, like, I dropped Kylan off at school this morning and came straight here, and we were good to go. So, it's really not affecting my schedule. Being able to come here a little bit more often is going to be possible because school starts earlier. So
what's your go-to?
I get up right now I'm getting up around 6 o'clock.
6. What's your go-to, like your target of when you want to be going to bed at night?
I'm a night owl.
What would you like though? What would it be ideal?
I think sometime probably around 10:30 or 11. If I go to bed any earlier than that, I'm going to be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then that just makes me mad.
See, I can't even imagine. It's so weird. I never wanted to be a morning person, and this show forced me to be one. But even more than this show, the children forced me to be one because, little ones, they get up, they have their schedule, and there ain't no sleeping in when it comes to children anymore. It's little babies. Now, older children, I'm sure the sleeping in can come back if you didn't have to work the next day. But without fail, Caden will wake up like 5:15, 5:30 crying. Braylon will usually wake up around 5:45 or 6, but she's starting to get in the habit to where I have to go get her up now because she'll want to sleep. And I'm like, you're not even 3 yet, girl. You need to start waking up. Don't be doing that yet. But it's cute because she's still in her crib, and I think when she's 3, I'm ready to put her in the bed now because she knows she can get up and down, and it's safe for her. But she still sleeps in her crib, but we've lowered it down to where it's more like a bed for her now. But she has discovered how to turn on the light because the light switch is right there and the fan. And the funniest thing is when I get up in the morning, and by the way, she can reach over and open her door.
Oh, no.
So sometimes I'll get up early, and or I'm already up early, but I'll get up, and earlier than normal, I'll see light pouring down the hallway, and I'll see a door open, and she'll just be sitting in there talking to herself, making up stories, just talking away, not even upset. And I peeked around the corner, and I should have recorded it, but one morning she was sitting there talking, and she was just doing all these little hands. When she talks, she uses her hands, and it's so cute. And she was sitting there saying, "I do," and she's like to herself, "I do not like alligators. They scare me." And I don't want them to come into my room and eat me. And I'm like, where do you learn all this stuff from? And I should have recorded it because she's doing it by herself, Toy.
That's funny. She's been watching Crocodile Dundee or something.
I guess, yeah. That's a good. People don't even know these movies, how good they were back in the day. So
we believed everything too.
Oh yeah. Well, Toy. Something else. It's so cool to have Samantha on talking about the Mayor's Ball. What a great event, giving back to a couple of nonprofits here in this community. The Muster Fest just happened. We talked about that earlier on Saturday. I know they had a great turnout for that. Hated to miss it, but Tara does such a wonderful job over at Hart's Veterans Museum. But I mean, what are we today? September the 9th. And so you think about in less than a month, guess what gets underway? Something else that you guys are really involved in.
The Fair on the Square. It's our 50th anniversary. And the credit union is honored to sponsor the Wine Knot. And I personally will be volunteering, helping pass out armbands and allowing people that are our visitors, I guess, to come in and taste from various vineyards. And so,
do you feel like that event, I mean, just in my short time being here in Huntsville, minus leaving for a little while, I feel like that event is just getting more and more people every year. Have you kind of felt that over the years?
I know last year it pulled a massive crowd. It was huge. So we're hopeful that it'll do the same thing again this year. You have a lot of volunteers that have been working very hard to make sure that it's successful. So we're looking forward to seeing a good turnout again.
One thing that I love serving and being involved, but one thing that I've realized is sometimes you can, I don't want to say this in a negative way, but sometimes you can say yes to way too much, and then you're just overwhelmed. And I got to that point to where I was starting to get really overwhelmed because before I had children, I could do all this. It was no big deal. Right. Now we're in this strict routine of children got to go to sleep at a certain, and it really is. And I used to sit there and, I hate to admit this, but in a way I didn't realize it, but it was almost like I was judging others, parents, and I didn't even have children. And what right did I have to judge a parent when I didn't have children? I'm like, their kid can stay up till 9:30. What are they doing? Why are they complaining? Now that I'm a dad, I get it. Like, if the children need to be on that schedule, because if they're not, they're all over the place.
Well, mine's old enough to go with me and do a lot of this stuff. The bad thing is that she's not entertained by it. So then I have to listen to her. Can we go now? Can we go now? Or I'm bored or whatever. So I don't enjoy taking her. So usually Brandon and I try to work out some way that if I have to go, that he's available to take care of her, or we have to find a sitter, which our pool of people is very slim because this mama's very protective and don't... let's just say I'm very protective.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
I keep her with family only, and so other than after school and of course school. But yeah, my 8-year-old likes to go, but when she's ready to go,
she's ready to go.
So it's that's what you have to look forward to. Right now, you can enjoy bedtime and whatnot, and then they're old enough to go with you and be pretty much self-sufficient. And every time we go somewhere, we have to check out the bathroom. Every time. The bathroom is a must.
Well, Braylon told me last night, and I had to put a stop to it, okay, because you're not even 3 yet. And she came up to me, and it's kind of hard to get upset because it was really cute. But I always tell her, like, she won't listen sometimes. And she's at that age, obviously, where, you need to have a little discipline. And so I said, like, Braylon, you need to not talk back to Daddy. You need to listen and pay attention to what Daddy's saying. So she comes up to me yesterday, and, we got back in late last night. She comes up to me, and I said something to her, and she just randomly walks up to me, and she starts pointing. And I do not point at her when I talk to her. I don't know where she got this from. But she goes, Daddy, you need to listen to me and be respectful, or I'm going to spank your hiney. And she comes up, and she pops me on my hiney. It was the cutest little thing ever. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I cannot. I just had to turn around and laugh because it was the funnest thing, I'm going to cherish these moments.
Yes, enjoy them while they're cute, because whenever they get older and they do that, and you want to do more than pop a hiney. And they do, and especially when they're grown and you can't do anything about it. You just have to listen to their mouth.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned all this because, time is so valuable, especially with family, and this will be the first year that I'm not volunteering with Fair on the Square. So we'll actually get to go and be a participant. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I really hate that I can't serve, but it's just one of those things where we really just need to enjoy time with our family this year. Because every year I've volunteered and family comes into town. My sister loves coming. And it's like I can't even hang out with them because I'm busy doing everything else. And there's plenty of people to help out. And so this year we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. That is kind of my inspiration this morning. Toy, we always try to have an inspirational segment, and I really want to encourage people to I understand that there may be some broken relationships in families, and I'm not telling you to go pick up the phone and like make things right, but think a lot about family this morning and make time, schedule time. You can't make time. Actually, let me take that back. That's a phrase I actually don't like using, because you can't make time, but what you can do is schedule time and be mindful of the time that you have. Spend time with your family. We have been through quite a bit, especially this last year and a half with moving back and losing my dad a few months ago. And then unexpectedly, I get a phone call from my cousin about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, just out of the blue. And I thought for sure that something had happened to my uncle, because he hasn't been in the best of health. And it wasn't my uncle. It was another family member of ours. My aunt unexpectedly was tragically killed in a car accident. And, we had just seen her at my dad's funeral. And just sweetest person. I shared a few words whenever they asked if anyone would like to say anything. And, I was thinking, especially when my cousin called me, I said, I never once heard my aunt say one bad word. I never heard her raise her voice. I never heard her not be gentle with people. She was so kind and compassionate with everyone. And it was just a tragic accident, driving home and hit a patch of water outside of San Antonio, and that's what happened. And I just want to encourage you this morning to be mindful, because we never know when that day is going to come. We don't. And it's easy to get into this mundane task of being a mundane Monday, right? And getting into this task every day of, I've got to do this and do this. Yeah, we all have things to do, but make it a priority to tell people in your family that you love them, that you care about them. On our way home, it wasn't on the way home, but we went out of the way yesterday to, it's about a 2-hour detour to come through Georgetown on our way back from San Antonio to see Bridget's grandmother, who's not been in the best of health either. And she was just been in the hospital, and now she's back in a rehab facility. She's in her 90s, and we just love her to pieces. And without question, when Bridget said, let's go see Granny, I was like, absolutely. And so we went and spent some time with her yesterday, and those moments are so important to, one, not just for you, but to let those other people know how much you care about them and you love them.
Absolutely.
And maybe you have somebody in your family that there was this little skirmish 20 years ago over something so mundane, and you both have held on to that, and you're not talking to each other. And I know that there's some very serious things that's understandable, but some of it that we go through is so mundane. It may be over a car repair or something, like that you don't talk to a sibling for 20 years. Try to make things right, because I guarantee when that day comes and that person isn't here anymore, you're going to miss them.
All right. True story.
You don't ever want to have that regret. I'll never forget when my great uncle had passed away. My Uncle Bill, I never talked to him, only when he came to visit, right? And one day I just had this thought of, I need to call Uncle Bill and talk to him. And I got on the phone and talked to him for about an hour one day. We just had the greatest conversation. And then and I talked to my mom, and Mom said, hey, we need to go visit him. Well, then, a couple of months later, he passed away just kind of unexpectedly. And so, but I don't regret it, because I still had that opportunity to talk to him for a little while. So just some of the inspiration I wanted to share with folks this morning.
We're not guaranteed tomorrow, so make the best of it.
That's right.
Yep.
A couple of other things that I wanted to go over this morning. Today, on this date in 1776, we've been talking a lot about 1776. That was the year of the Declaration of Independence. The Continental Congress authorized the term United States to replace United Colonies. I'm in the middle of a history class right now. I didn't even realize this, or government history. We were this close to chanting UCA instead of USA. Get it? It's really corny. UCA.
No.
It's really bad. 1830, Charles Durant flew a hot air balloon from New York City across the Hudson River to New Jersey. Pretty cool. So how things have advanced. Abraham Lincoln received his law degree on this date all the way back in 1836. This really shows you what a great man he was. A lawyer with the nickname of Honest Abe. So to have that nickname as someone in law, not bad at all, right?
Was he really, though?
Honest Abe. I don't know. Colonel Harlan Sanders. You know what he founded?
Is it KFC?
There you go. Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was born on this date in 1890.
Useless trivia, and I know the answer. Give me something serious, and I'm going to be like,
While other kids were sucking their thumbs, Harlan immediately developed his habit of licking his fingers, and the rest is history.
Oh, my gosh.
Kentucky Fried Chicken founder on this date back in the day. Today is National Teddy Bear Day. Teddy Bear Day today.
I got a bunch of those at my house. They are not mine, and they all have names, but we have a bunch.
Have some teddy bears. Today is also National Wiener Schnitzel Day today. That's always a fun word to say. And National Boss Employee Exchange Day. So
I'm going to exchange these kolaches that Samantha gave me.
Yeah. So
Your boss is bringing you kolaches.
The kolaches have become the boss, and you just go home today, all right? So congratulations, everyone. Here's something that I've been talking. I don't keep up a lot with like celebrities and stuff. I really don't. But there are ones that I really enjoyed watching growing up and still do to some degree. Adam Sandler. Can you guess how old he is turning today? I just cannot believe this.
Maybe 55?
58.
Oh, my.
Adam Sandler, 58 today.
Yeah, didn't realize it.
Man, just crazy to think that he is 58 today. Let's go back to teddy bear real quick. You know what the teddy bear was named after?
No.
Well, the teddy bear was named after President Theodore Roosevelt.
I swear I was going to say that.
This was after a 1902 incident on a hunting trip in Mississippi. The president found a wounded bear and ordered it killed to put it out of its misery. This isn't a joke, by the way. After reading the story, New York toy store owner Morris Mitchum got Roosevelt's permission to call his new stuffed animal a teddy bear, and the name stuck. And Mitchum went on to found the Ideal Novelty and Toy Company. Isn't that a pretty cool story?
Yes.
I just never did know that. I knew it was like after Teddy Roosevelt, but I didn't know why. And it was because he had to put a poor bear out of its misery back in the day. A couple of things here. Let's talk about this. A National Boss Employee Exchange Day. Each year on the Monday following Labor Day, they trade places with your boss.
Places?
Trade places with your boss.
Not exchange gifts.
Yeah, not exchange gifts. You trade places. It's aimed at helping bosses and employees understand and appreciate each other's perspective.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know this was a thing.
Lordy be, I could set these folks up in my office and let them see.
Here are the results of a recent Office Rage survey. Overwork, faulty computers, and annoying workmates were the main cause that women were more likely to get upset than men. 51% of women had nearly punched a colleague compared to 39% of the men questioned.
That does not surprise me. I work with a bunch of women and one man, bless his heart.
Poor guy. Sorry, buddy. 3/4 of workers felt that they worked less productively in a bad mood. Well, that's just common sense. If you're in a bad mood, you're probably not going to be as productive. Some 15% said fear of making a mistake when their boss was angry made them work more slowly. So a couple there.
That could be a concept that could be utilized in my office too. Maybe I should get angry.
I can't see you getting angry, by the way, Toy.
Oh, I can get fired up.
Employees can cut tension by avoiding gossip, talking to managers, and not disturbing colleagues. And and finally, bosses should diffuse conflicts early, listen to staff complaints, avoid overcrowding, and set realistic workloads and deadlines. So there's a little today to tie into the National Boss Employee Exchange Day today.
Yeah, I suck at a few of those.
See, but you're a great boss. You're going to bring something back to the office today.
I am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Samantha.
A couple of things you need to know. Kansas City's thrilling 27-20. Do you watch any NFL?
Yes.
Who's your team?
Texans.
That's all right. I'm a Cowboys fan, so
Okay,
it's all right. We won yesterday.
So do we.
Did really? I didn't even keep up with anything else. Who did Houston play?
Colts.
Ah, man, that's a pretty good.
It was
win.
a good game.
Nice. Well, Kansas City, thrilling 27-20 victory over Baltimore on Thursday night. It was the most watched NFL kickoff game since that started in 2002. A total audience of 28.9 million, surpassing the 27.6 million that watched New England defeat Pittsburgh in the 2015 opener on NBC. There's a lot surrounding Kansas City. There's just a lot of excitement around Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I like the phrase that people call him Mahomie. It's pretty funny. NBC will move The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon to 4 nights a week, eliminating the Friday broadcast. So they're doing that to make room for this. It shows you how important people are really caring about the football now. Just a few other things there regarding that. McDonald's has rolled out a new McFlurry container. The plastic lid, no more. Now mini McFlurries. And I get those every once in a while. They're not bad.
Yeah, I don't do that. I may occasionally go to Sonic, but I still do my Blizzards.
All right. Well, speaking of McDonald's, they're also coming out with Happy Meals for adults, by the way, called Collector's Meals. Collector's Meals. It's McDonald's combo meal that comes with 6 unique collectible cups.
Okay.
And you're like, still not going.
No.
9 years after being pulled from store shelves, M&Ms are bringing back. I didn't even know these were gone. And now that I've read this, I've thought about it. M&M's bringing back peanut butter filled M&Ms. They are coming. I didn't know they were gone.
We have some at home. That's not true. They're in a red package.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they're talking about.
I pay for this service, by the way. I need to get my money
Tell
back
them you
this
need a
week.
discount because that's false information.
All right, couple of final things before we go today. Today's impossible question. Think of this, Toy. 38% of people say doing this brings them instant happiness. 38% of people, when they do this, they are instantly happy.
Eat?
That would be a very good answer. We'll come back to that in a moment. So anybody out there, feel free to chime in. That is the impossible question today. 38% of people say doing this brings them instant happiness. A couple of things. Did you know this, Toy? 11% of people will break up in the next 2 weeks. So if you know somebody that's, someone's dating somebody, if you had 10 people and one of them out of 10 would break up in the next 2 weeks. Baby seals sing bass notes when they want attention. Young harbor seals can switch up their tone of voice for added drama. Who thinks of this stuff?
I have no idea. Somebody that's bored?
Did you ever go to SeaWorld? Were you a SeaWorld fan?
We've been to SeaWorld this summer. Actually took our 8-year-old.
What's it like? I haven't been in forever. Is it still the same as it used to be, or is there?
It's been so long prior to this year that I'd been, so I have no idea. But it's got, the water park and roller coasters and animal shows and
when I was a kid,
interactive
it was just the
shows.
animal shows. That's all it was.
Like you can swim with, or really you're not swimming, but you can swim with the stingrays.
Oh, cool.
And feed them. And then the dolphin show, the orca show. We did the sea lion.
See, I don't remember. I remember growing up because my aunt that passed, we'd always go every year with her and my uncle. That's why we loved going, because we'd go to Fiesta, Texas, and then we'd go to SeaWorld. And I don't remember SeaWorld having rides. I just remember the shows.
No, they have. My 8-year-old insisted on getting on a roller coaster, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a big thrill seeker. I rode it with her 3 times. And all 3 times I was like, but she was too. But she got on it again. So, and we did the interactive thing with the sharks too. They do the little shark thing, and she got to touch an actual shark.
Did you ever watch the Final Destination movies? It's the reason I won't ride roller coasters.
No.
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
Don't
I won't watch it.
Don't watch it. If you know of somebody that owns a snake or a reptile, there's a 15% chance that they may be a cheater, according to the survey.
Oh, my niece's husband owns a snake.
49% of women do not like it when their man drinks directly from the container. If Bridget ever drank from the milk jug, I don't know if she'd.
That's gross.
But it wouldn't bother me. I would just.
Just milk is gross. You don't do that with milk.
Yeah,
milk is kind of slimy and filmy, and that's gross.
Well, a study says if you don't like a food, you should eat it at a different location to see if it will taste better. So there's something for you. You know how many people say, "Oh, sushi, I can't even think of that," and then that's the way I was because everyone around me always said that. And then I met Bridget, and she's like, let's go eat sushi. I was like, no, that's not good. Well, I never really ate it. And now I love sushi because of Bridget.
My son and daughter-in-law are sushi eaters, but they don't eat the raw kind. But I ventured out to have some because they did, and it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It put a little not horseradish.
A little shaggy dog, I think is what it's called.
Those are good, yeah. They always bring the ginger. I'm not a fan of the ginger, but I love the wasabi with the soy sauce.
Yeah.
And if you get it the right mixture, I call it the good burn. It'll hit you, man, and it's like
clear your sinuses up.
Yes, it's great. A couple of last things here. 62% of employers said they would work harder if their bosses would give them a Christmas bonus. 42% of office workers say gossip is their favorite reason to go to work. Can you imagine?
I work with women. Yes.
No, but can you imagine like your spouse and y'all are talking? I can't wait to go to work today because I just want to talk about Sally. You know? Can you imagine this?
I like it when I get text messages. I got tea. Spill it.
Finally, the last one here today. Over 90% of American households bought a pie in the last week. Did you buy a pie last week?
I have not bought one in the last week, but I have bought one. I bought one in August.
All right.
So.
There you go. Let's go back to today's impossible question before we wrap it up today. We will not head over to the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line today. We'll bring that back tomorrow. So make sure that you join us tomorrow as well. We'll also be giving away those 2 tickets to the Mayor's Ball. Going to be really exciting. 38% of people say doing this brings them instant happiness. What is it that they do? You said eating food. Good answer. My sister, though, got it right. It was hug someone. If you hug someone, instant happiness. There's a lady here at our church that every day I give her a hug, and it's just instant happiness. And Kay Boning is the hug of Huntsville. And if you've ever had a bad day and Kay comes up and gives you a hug, it's hard for that day to continue being bad.
Hugs are good as long as you like people touching you. Getting in your personal space.
Now, some people, though, have you ever, you bring up a valid point, though, because, you know, I'm a hugger. I hug people, all right? But I've learned who not to hug and what to look for to not hug. So what I'll do, let me see your hand real quick. I'll do this to some people like that. Oh, it's so great to see you.
Right.
Like, that's comforting, right?
Right.
Now, some people, though, I'll reach out.
Hand hug.
Yeah.
That's a hand hug.
Yeah. And so some people, I'll reach around and I can tell when I'm starting that they'll go, and I know, right? And then I'll just kind of play it off like, and then I just move in with the handshake.
I don't mind a hug. I've gotten to where, you know, obviously in the professional environment, not everybody wants that. So I've tried to learn that, but I'm a hugger. I like hugging.
Yeah, it was. Have you ever had it though, where you went to hug someone and they didn't want it, and then you felt like, oh man, that was awkward?
That's when you do the side hug.
Yeah.
Barely touch them.
It happened, I guess, like a week ago, and I went to give somebody a hug. It was an older lady that I've known for a long time, and went to give her a hug, and she just kind of went. And I was like, oh, my bad. Maybe it was because everybody's been sick with something. I don't know.
Thought you had COVID.
So. All right, well, that will wrap it up today. Again, if you are looking for a great place for financial services, go see our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Toy and the staff, they do such a tremendous job. They will take care of your financial needs. And please do business with the organizations and the folks that you see here on this show. They give back not just to this show, but they give back to the community, and we appreciate them very much. So, Toy, thanks for hanging with us today.
Thank you.
It's been fun. Enjoy the kolaches.
Yes.
And I broke a promise. I'm not one to usually break promises, but I promised Karen Denman that I would bring that oven, and I have not brought it yet. I did.
She's on vacation, so you're safe.
Yeah,
for a few more days.
That's right. She told me she was going to be gone for 2 weeks, so she wasn't here last, and she said I won't be there this Monday. I won't be there the next Monday. So
true story.
I will have it before she gets back.
But show up at the door on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, just wait. I'll put it on her desk. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up here. Appreciate all of you for being with us here on this marvelous, magnificent Monday. We'll be back at it tomorrow as our friends from Guardian Defense join us. Also, our Tuesdays brought to you by Elliott's Jewelers as well. Not only our studio sponsor, but our Tuesday sponsor as well. But Jason Deneen Thompson will be here tomorrow with Dwayne Clark from Lone Star Security and Investigation. So we'll have a great show tomorrow, and we're continuing on the rest of this week.
Your sister's confirming that there really is an oven that exists.
Oh, yeah, she did. She said, I saw the oven when I was there. It is. It's been in the garage forever. I just need to, test it and clean it and get it ready to go. So, all right, friends, that'll wrap it up. As I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We'll see you back at it tomorrow, bright and early. I promise we'll be on at 7:30 because I know how to work this apple now. Until then, so long, everyone. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Thanks, Toy.
Thank you.